Hello everyone. Welcome to a new video. Here I will explain about power levels in Throne of Seal or Sealed Divine Throne universe. There are two types of spiritual energies in Throne of Seal universe. These are known as internal spiritual energy and external spiritual energy. External spiritual energy refers to the strength of one's physical body and physical conditioning. Since it's the body's energy, it has limits. The limit of external spiritual energy is 200. Internal spiritual energy is the strength of mind and soul. It has no limit, and training it increases one's external spiritual energy beyond its limit. But more importantly, internal spiritual energy is the source of all kinds of skills and special abilities along with magic and other stuff. In this universe, power levels are known commonly as ranks. It will be based on the amount of internal spiritual energy one gathered. All the professions, that is knights, assassins, warriors, healers, mage and summoners, have the same kind of ranking levels. In total there are 10 levels or ranks. Here I will explain each of the ranks based on knights as it is most elaborately explained in the novel. 1. Knight Squire. Very first level of cultivation. Here the internal spiritual energy will be in the range of 10 to 100. Every 10 spiritual energy is considered as levels inside. Knight Squires are graded between the 1st and the 10th rank. After breaking through the 100th spiritual energy level, they can be promoted to standard knights. 2. Standard Knight. Here the internal spiritual energy will be in the range of 101 to 200. Every 10 spiritual energy is considered as levels inside. Standard Knights are graded the same way. They gain 1 rank every 10 spiritual energy levels, and upon breaking through the 200th level, one can take the Genuine Knight examination. 3. Genuine Knight. The Knight examination does not only require spiritual energy, it also requires one to have the 10 standards of a knight. After the Knight's examination, one can be promoted from Standard Knight to Genuine Knight. This level needs the spiritual energy between 270 to 500. After becoming a Genuine Knight, one can be promoted from the first rank after 10 spiritual energy levels as well. Only upon reaching the 210th spiritual energy level will someone be a second-rank Genuine Knight, and after that, each of the 8 other ranks are promoted every 30 spiritual energy levels. At the last rank, one can reach the 4th step of the vocation after accumulating 50 more spiritual energy levels and reaching the 500th spiritual level. 4. Grand Knight. After reaching Grand Knight, one will have a spiritual energy of more than 500. Here the advancement can take some time because this rank need at least 2000 spiritual energy in order for someone to break through. 5. Earth Knight. After crossing the 2000 spiritual energy boundary, one can be considered an Earth Knight. This class ranges until 4000 internal spiritual energy for breaking through further. Spiritual energy will transform to liquid spiritual energy from gaseous state at this level. It is used as a sign for someone breaking through to 5th level as well. 6. Radiant Knight. Condensed spiritual energy. That was it, the condensed spiritual energy that was the symbol of a Radiant Knight of the 6th step. They are able to form wings using this spiritual energy. Thus the level 6 will be a threshold point which determines a knight who can fly in the air freely with the support of wings. At this level, opening of first spiritual cavity occurs inside the body of cultivator. 7. Temple Knight. This level will need a spiritual energy of 10,001 and ranges until 30,000 spiritual energy to break through. Opening of the 2nd and 3th spiritual cavity at this level. Transformation of body using spiritual energy can be achieved at this level. When one reaches the 7th level, they can try for being a mithril knight like Gao Knight. The brilliant body is possessed by temple knights of the 7th step. Another ability that can be used from this level is Holy Fire. 8. Saint Knight. A knight who possesses 30,001 to 100,000 spiritual energy is called a Saint Knight at 8th level. They can try for becoming Gold Essence Foundation Knight, same like Mithril Knight but lot more stronger. Opening of 4th to 9th spiritual cavity occurs at this level. Ratch spiritual cavities will be what used for storing this spiritual energy as well. After one spiritual energy breaks through 30,000 units, he requires 4 spiritual cavities to break through the 8th step and continue his cultivation. Apparently, not every human at the 8th step has his 4th spiritual cavity at the same location, making everyone's cultivations have different characteristics. After the spiritual energy breaks through 30,000 units, the liquid spiritual energy in a human's body reaches a terrifying density. Although some spiritual cavities will restrain this phenomenon, after spiritual energy condenses to a certain extent, an effect of solidification will be produced. Spiritual Highland, a powerful ability specific to powerhouses of the 8th step. Spiritual Highland enables one's solidified spiritual energy to burst out instantly, producing a powerful strength. Even for a powerhouse of the 8th step, a massive consumption of spiritual energy would occur from using this powerful ability, and wouldn't be able to project the effect. In other words, Spiritual Highland is only usable in an area in contact of one's skin. 9. Divine Knight or Holy Knight. They have spiritual energy which ranges from 100,001 to 999,999. They are knights who reached rank 9, the pinnacle among humans. Their spiritual energy is strong that allows them to do abnormal, unbelievable things that allows them to fight against the 72 demon pillars, aka 72 demon gods. They also are the only ones with the potential to activate one of the divine thrones, but first they must pass the test for the throne. Each throne has different tests, the hardest one among them is Throne of Eternity and Creation. The ones that are called Divine Knights are the ones that have received the acknowledgement from Divine Throne after they pass their tests. Those knights that haven't passed the test from Divine Throne despite being rank 9, i.e., 100,000 plus spiritual energy, are called Holy Knights. Opening of the 10th spiritual cavities occurs at this level as well as transformation in spiritual core. Angel's Embrace, Guardian Knight skill of the 9th step, had a great healing and recovery ability. Even if one only has bones left, as long as a breath remains, this skill can preserve his life. Examples for this level are Long Xingyu who had Divine Throne of Doom and Slaughter and Yang Haochen who had Divine Throne of Protection and Mercy. 10. God Knight. This is a mythical step which is achieved by only one person. The 10th level knight should have more than 1 million spiritual energy in order to break through. As you can guess, this level is so powerful that logic won't work anymore. They will be able to fight first demon god in equal foot without any boosts. At this step spiritual energy will transform to divine energy. Sacred Awakening is a process of activating one's inner spiritual energy. Most are done after one has reached the peak limit of external spiritual energy of 200, but it can be initiated before as well, though the risk and pain would be greater. The sooner this awakening is initiated the better, with average age being before 15 years. This awakening serves two purposes: activating inner spiritual energy and gauging one's potential through innate inner spiritual energy. Every person is born with innate inner spiritual energy, which can be gauged once going through Sacred Awakening. The higher one's innate inner spiritual energy is, the higher the prospects and greater the heights one could reach in the future. Conversely, the lower the innate spiritual energy, the lower the future achievement. Innate spiritual energy is a fixed number. It's not impossible to increase it, but this can only be achieved by relying upon extreme external help. No medicine or stuff could do this, only if one was contracted to someone like Scion of Light or equivalent would this be possible. Those above 40 are rare geniuses. Those above 60 are extreme geniuses. Those above 70 are pinnacle geniuses. Those above 80 are an era genius, have the potential to become divine knight. Someone above 90 is scion of light and equivalent, has the potential to exceed divine knight. Someone above 100 has no category, has the potential to become god knight. That said, only 3 in the entire history of Knight Temple had innate spiritual energy above 80, and only one of the 3 managed to become a divine knight. As for 90 or above, no one in the history of Knight Temple has ever achieved that level except for Haochen. Haochen overcomes this 100 barrier later in the story. Thank you for watching. Let me know if any questions or suggestions.